Hello, my name is Stefan van der Merwe. I'm from South Africa and I'll be running the Daily World Full Marathon on the 9th of April 2017 in Chandigarh. Please join me.
Hello everyone, joining me here today on Daily World TV is a gentleman named Stefan. Can you pronounce your name for us?
Stefan.
Okay, you heard it. We would say Stefan or Stefan in English. He's from South Africa and he's here in India. He's lived here for what, 13 years?
It's 14 now.
14 now, okay, so he's another year older in India. And what this gentleman is going to do is he's going to run in the Daily World Marathon, which is on April 9th, 2017 in Chandigarh. So here he is, we're going to ask him some questions. Why run a marathon? That's a long ways, 26 miles.
Just because I can.
Okay, most people can't. So how long have you been running?
I've been running about 13 years. Started in 2003. It's 14 now. Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you start with marathons or did you try?
No, you don't start with a marathon. You start slowly. Start with 5K.
Okay.
10K, 21.
And how long did it take for you to work up to 26 miles?
Took me around 6 months.
6 months. Okay.
Yes. But it depends when you start. If you're young enough, 6 months is okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're a little bit too old when you start, maybe you should give it a year.
Isn't it amazing when you see very old people, we're talking 60s and 70s, running these things like it's no big deal?
Yeah, I mean there's this one guy, he's 85 years old.
85?
Something, I don't know what's his name, 85, and he just ran a sub 4-hour marathon, which is better than I can do it now.
So what is your fastest time?
My fastest time is around 3 hours 32 minutes. It's not very fast. I'm a better half marathon runner, but yeah.
So when you run the different marathons, do you try to beat a previous record, or is it just you do every time?
Yeah, for me, I mean, yeah, definitely. I'm very competitive, so I always try to beat my previous best.
Okay, so you compete against yourself, and then what about the people around you? Do you enter these things to win, or just to have a good time?
I've never entered a marathon to try to win, but there are shorter distances that I've entered knowing that I've got a good chance to win it. And so this last year I won probably out 3 or 4 races. It's not bad. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you view your chances this year?
For this marathon?
For this marathon.
Oh no, I don't have a chance.
You don't have a chance?
No, I don't have.
And why do you say that?
Because there will probably be thousands of people running.
Okay.
And marathon is not my best distance. I suppose the best, or the winner will probably run less than 3 hours.
Less than 3 hours?
Less than 3 hours, probably, yeah.
So I have heard that marathon runners are a babe magnet. Is that true?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Not really, no.
Not a sexy sport?
It may be. I think it's maybe the other way around. If a lady runs marathons, they become
even hotter.
Pretty sexy. Yes.
You know, it's interesting because more and more women are running marathons, and this marathon at Daily World that they're putting on is open to everybody. So it's not just male only or only female.
Yeah.
So do you have any advice for anybody who's thinking of taking up marathon running? What would you tell them?
You have to start very slowly. You have to make sure that you can run first maybe a half marathon comfortably, and then, you know, my opinion is that you have to in a week's time run around 70k or 8k, 80k for consistently for 3 weeks or so, a month before the time, and then so there's lots of things to be said.
So when they practice for these, do they run a marathon every day, or is it once a week or once a month?
You would not run a marathon in practice. The most you have to run is about 30k.
Meaning about?
I don't know how many miles is that. 30 kilometers? 1.6 kilometer on a mile.
Yeah.
So I think that's enough. If you if you run too many marathons or too long distances, then you just tire yourself out. In fact, the longest run you should do is a month before the time. Then you should run your 30k.
Okay.
And then you should go less after that.
Mm-hmm. So by the time the actual competition is there, and they've got to go the full distance,
Yeah.
that last stretch of several kilometers is the actual taxing part, because
Yeah.
the practice covers the first X number of kilometers.
Yeah, so and you need to start. If you need to start your marathon also very conservative. If you start too fast, then you will lose a lot of time at the end,
Mhm.
and you'll probably have to walk, and you may even bail.
Yeah.
You know, stop running altogether. So you have to start very slowly and see how you feel later on in the run,
Now,
so you can keep on running.
what compelled you to do this other than because you could? Did your parents say, this is what I did when I was your
No,
age?
no, none of my parents, none of them really ran. My elder brother ran a little bit,
Mm.
but I had some colleagues where I worked, and all of them ran, and so they said, "Come along and run." So I ran with them, and I realized soon I like it. So it's fun. Running is really fun for me.
So you find it relaxing more than, say, I'm just going to have a great workout?
Yeah, no, it gives me a lot of energy in the day. If I don't run, I sometimes feel a bit grumpy. So you actually get addicted to running.
Really?
Yeah, but I think it's a good addiction. I
Okay.
don't know.
Now, are you veg or non-veg?
Non-veg.
Non-veg?
Yes.
Okay. Why not veg?
Well, I eat veg also.
Well, non-veg can eat anything. That's the good thing about being non-veg. But why not a vegetarian? You're in India, the vegetarian capital of the world.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't have any particular reason. I think vegetarianism is a good way of living as well. I have nothing against that. But I don't have any persuasion that tells me I shouldn't eat animals, and I think, and I like it also.
Do you change your diet before a contest? Like, do you ramp up the carbs?
Yes, I do. I like my pasta before
Yeah, that's
before the
great.
run. Yeah, and but you know it's also under dispute now whether that really helps.
Mhm.
The important thing is not to eat too much the day before.
Of course.
Yeah.
And what about afterwards? How do you feel? Do you feel like, can you go back to your normal diet afterwards?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like nothing happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, you know, for a day or two, I'm usually quite dehydrated.
Mm.
So you would have a lot of whatever, nimbu pani or Coke or whatever else to just hydrate again.
Okay.
And then everything goes back to normal for me very soon.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. I wish you luck. I hope you place first. And thanks for joining Daily World's first marathon.
Thank you.